And what's your mindset? I know a lot of people, because my career was the exact same way. My career had 11 amateur fights, and then I only had 14 professional fights. So I had no experience fighting guys with over 100 fights, and everyone wants to know the mentality. So what was your mentality when you're facing someone like Michael Duke?
You know, my mentality was I was going to knock him out. You know, that's our mentality as fighters.
But
you know,
it comes through what? Like the confidence?
The confidence, pure confidence, man, belief in yourself. And, you know, listen, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to.
Exactly.
And, you know, it's a real cliche saying, but that goes for life in general. Whether you have a day job, you're a school teacher, whether you're, you know, a fighter, whatever it is in life, if you don't believe in what you're doing, nobody else is going to. You got to wake up and show them every day who you are and why you're there. So when I walked into the ring, you know, I went in there to beat this guy, and I was putting my hands on him. I was doing really good. Again, the inexperience. I kept coming in with that body shot. And what I was doing, every time I did that body shot, I left my hand down. He'd come with that big, heavy hook. Michael Duke's a big guy.
Did you see Dudalunga, by the way?
Oh, what a fight. That was an awesome fight. That was fight of the year, fight of the century, fight of the kickboxing world.
What's up?
You and Nikki Holskin are up there, too.
Yeah, I know they're both that, but
dude, those are great fights.
Yeah, those were awesome fights, man. I think we need fights like that. And that's why I'm saying you are... have the potential to really grow the sport in the U.S. because of that style you bring.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why you've made such a successful career, because it doesn't matter who you're up against, you're going to go in there and you're going to give it 100%. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, and I think that's what always made fighting interesting is
the styles.
The styles put together.
Styles make fights.
Yeah. So how would you explain your style? If someone asked you, this is a trick question. It's kind of a trick question, but if you asked me 5 years ago, I would have a different answer
than your style now.
Yeah. So what would you say your style would be?
My style, I feel is aggressive, but controlled.
Okay.
I use my distance well. I'm more of a puncher as opposed to kicker, which here in 2017 in my fights going forward, I plan to show more kicks, which I started doing towards the end of my win streak and going up to Simon. But the kicks are especially where it's at, because my first fight with Simon, I lacked the kicks.
Okay.
The second fight with Simon, I threw more kicks, was doing better. So I'm just trying to develop my game into more of a kickboxer, but I feel like I have a strong, aggressive style. I use my distance very well, and I kind of intimidate my opponents with my size in the ring. You know, I'm one of the bigger middleweights.
And how much do you cut?
I cut usually around 20 pounds, and then about the day of weigh-ins, usually about 10 to 12 pounds is what I will cut.
Yeah, that's probably, you think that's a lot, or compared to others, or is it just something
I feel like everybody's different. I feel like I'm very good at it. My body's very capable of producing that weight cut time and time again. It doesn't affect my energy. It doesn't affect my consciousness. You know, I'm very in it. And, you know, I prepare well. You know, proper preparation is key to making a big weight cut.
Yeah, I think fighters wait the last minute, or they don't have the discipline throughout their camp in order to control how much they're eating, or how much they're...
I want to write a book on it, because I get questions all the time. Always. And, you know, and women, men asking, like, how do you do that? I have a buddy right now who's in a weight loss competition.
Yeah, and he just wants to know.
And I'm guiding him through it, and he's followed my techniques. He actually weighs in on Monday, and so he's towards the end of his cut. And he's not an athlete. He's doing it for a job, trying to win some money, a contest. I think he really wants to stick it to his boss.
So you're gonna give him a weight cut before he steps in?
Yeah, so what he's doing is he's the one working out. He's the one that's eating right. That comes from discipline. But what I've done is I've given him the guideline of what it takes to lose that extra 6 to 10 pounds of water weight, you know? And like right now, I couldn't do that. I couldn't cut to middleweight right now because I haven't prepared myself for it. You know, you got to be drinking the water daily, consistently. You know, it takes a gallon of water a day to get that my system working. And so I've got him under, and anybody can do it, you know, from fighters to the average person. I feel like the big thing is your water intake. You know, I feel like everybody at home should be drinking more water. If you think about it, think of how much water you drink a day. It's probably not that very much, or nowhere near what it should be. And I see that when I'm in camp and I'm drinking a gallon, 2 gallons of water a day. Then when I break my arm, a month goes by and I've maybe drinking a gallon
and then
of
you're
water.
all swollen up.
Yeah, I've drinking a gallon of water in 1 month.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like water runs through you. It's a natural
Absolutely.
detox. It helps cleanse your body.
That's usually the first thing I tell someone. Start with drinking water.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's the #1 thing. Well, man, it was good talking.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
Been, I think we're all excited to see you back. So
I appreciate it,
Wicked, man. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to hear the recovery's back. Is there anyone you're thinking about wanting to fight? Is it more of like, hey, I want to get right back to the top, or are we taking a little bit more of a strategic
you know, right
to
now,
your #1 contendership?
I would like to get in there, get my feet wet a little bit, you know, take a few kicks off the arm.
Any names, or is it just more of we'll see what happens?
Yeah, it's more, we'll see what happens. You know, I feel like I'm towards the top, so obviously the names I'm looking at are, you know, Jason Wilness, Simon Marcus, guys like that.
Israel Adesanya is a nice new name.
Yeah,
in the
absolutely.
picture.
You know what? I definitely see myself fighting that guy in the near future, and he's a great athlete and good for our sport. So I look forward to competing against him. I'm sure it's going to happen soon. You got Warren Thompson now in the picture.
Yeah,
I want my
coming
rematch
very
with Mike Lemaire. You know, there's a lot of fights out there. So
Interesting fights.
I want to get in there, get my feet wet, get a couple fights under my belt, and get after that title.
There you have it, Dustin Jacoby, Bazooka Joe Valtellini, inside the ring.
World's #1 kickboxing promotion returns to the heart of America for Glory 44 Chicago at the Sears Center Arena, Friday, August 25th. Don't miss it.